Alright, what is going on? Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about the new agent Yoru. I know a lot of people have probably seen the leaks as well as gameplay currently because he's been in the game for a couple of days now. But I'm going to kind of be giving a quick little overview of his abilities and some things that people may have overlooked about them, which I think make him a meta agent right now that every team honestly should be running. So in regard to his abilities, you have decoys, which you can either place there like a killjoy grenade and click E to activate, and it makes the footstep sound for a small duration of time. You have the flashes, which bounce off of things. They do not activate if they do not bounce. So if you throw it up, it just fizzles out up there. So you do have to bounce them. You have the gate crasher, which you can either place here and teleport, or you can push it out and teleport. And you have his ult, which opens the dimension. And if you can see the dotted lines around me, that's where people can see you. But if you stay farther away, if they stay outside of those dotted lines, they cannot see you. In regard to his ult, it makes you run faster as well, so you can get further distance. And yeah. Now, in regard to the footsteps, the decoys, honestly, I feel like a lot of people have gotten the hang of these. For instance, you can drop these here at the start of the round. When you start, if you want to push mid, let's say, I chose split for a couple of reasons, primarily because I feel like his abilities kind of shine on this map in particular. But I will be trying out other maps too and making further guides here. But I want to also see the range on this, like if I can activate them here. So like, let's say the round starts, right? We push up here. The other team thinks it's a slow push. You activate those. They make the footsteps sound B garage. And then you can push up mid, and whoever's on B site or B heaven is going to hear those footsteps garage and get distracted by them. So then you'll only really have to be focused on vents until you start clearing heaven and mail. In regard to the flashes, I don't know if any of you have experienced this, but a lot of players currently do not understand how to use his flashes, because I'm currently getting flashed by Sky and Yoru pretty much every game I'm in, if I'm not playing them. But the key is to treat them like a bouncy ball, really, and use partially kind of like guesstimation. Like if you're just going around this corner, no one's here, so you're not going to flash and just throw it and blind who's ever looking this way. But if you want to blind sight, you kind of have to use some angles here and throw them off that wall. That pops here, which is going to flash everyone heaven and down here. You can also double down. And that flashes everyone front sight. Then you only have to worry about back sight if you push forward. What you can do as well is if that's over there is clear, you can just throw this there and push forward. And that way, right when you throw this, everyone up there is flashed, so you can cross for free. Now, in regard to his teleport ability, a lot of people see it as like a playmaking thing where you can like toss it over there, and like if they come up heaven here, you can shoot them and then teleport behind them. And that is you can use this aggressively to make plays for sure. But another thing I haven't seen people consider is treating it like a Phoenix ult, where you can place it here at the start of the round, and you do have the time limit. You can see it above the ability itself, the time limit's counting down. But you can come here at the start of the round, kind of swing here, and then swing here, and if no one's there, or if they start pushing you but they don't shoot, you can TP back here. That way they have all of this space to catch up to you, because I don't know if you guys have ever had this, but if you swing here and all of a sudden there's 5 there, they're going to just rush you. And if you can quickly get around this corner and teleport like a Phoenix ult, you're in a much better position. Or, for instance, you could drop it here. You could peek mid, and if someone says, like, all 5 are rushing B, you can just teleport to B and start picking off people coming through the tunnel. So there's a whole lot you can do with his ult. This lasts about 10 seconds, and you do run faster, as you can see, and you can cancel it at any time by pressing F. So it is pretty good. Like, at the start of the round, if you want to, obviously if you have bomb and it's like a last resort, you can kind of treat it like a Omen ult, where you could pop your ult and run to the other site and be invisible. But you could also utilize it as a scouting opportunity by running down mid here and just checking corners, and then if someone is there and peeks you, can run back, come back here, swing them. So there's a whole lot you can do, and I'm actually excited to play him more in comp and see what I can do as well as what other people are doing. I've seen quite a few clips, but I think a lot of people are treating the teleport one way, and it's actually, like, his agent is so versatile, because, like, you could peek here, and if there's 5 there, you could teleport here and peek them from a different angle. Or, like I said, you can treat it like a Phoenix ult, and if all of a sudden you swing and you're in danger, you can just back up behind cover and teleport back. And the same goes for here. Like let's say you're watching A, someone calls out B, right? Rather than having to rotate all the way back through there or through ropes, you can just teleport, because they're pretty much global. I don't actually... Let me see if I can place it, like... I'm curious to see how far the range is here. Place that there. I'm gonna ult, just so I can go faster. Because I'm curious to see if it is in fact global, if I can go from B to A. So, like, swing B, no one's there. Yeah, it is. That's crazy. So if you place this and at the start of the round you go B, no one's there, and all of a sudden it's a fast push A, you're able to teleport all the way from B to A in literally 1 to 2 seconds, and you're there for backup. So in my opinion, this is, like, huge. I think he's going to be in the meta for quite some time. I don't know if Riot's going to nerf him at all. I don't think his abilities are too overpowered. I mean, you have 2 flashes. That's pretty much it. Like, I think the key, though, to remember is that they do bounce off of things. And if you quick peek, just remember to, like, flick left or right so that you don't blind yourself. And if you're in a game with other people, try not to blind your teammates. Try to figure out the blinds ahead of time, and not grief your team, because I've been blinded so many times by Yoru and Sky, it's actually ridiculous. But overall, I think this character is awesome. I think he's so versatile. And I know he's a duelist, but you could also treat him as a controller, utilizing his abilities. So, yeah, I feel like he's going to be in the meta for forever now. And with the changes they've made to Omen and Brim, I feel like we're going to start seeing more Brimstone rather than Omen, just because they really did a big Brimstone buff. And Riot also mentioned they're going to be buffing Viper in the future, which is also good, because she's not really in the comp pool right now, because her abilities are kind of, they're good if used properly, but you kind of have to build your whole team around her utility. So, yeah, we'll see what they bring in the future here. But I hope you found this helpful. Definitely, if you have Yoru, experiment with his utility and stuff, because he can be played aggressively and defensively quite easily. So, anyway, hope you have a good day.